Hello, everyone. This is Cristiana Eltrayan, the host and the facilitator of the Pranic Consciousness Summit, and we're here today with Hougaard, an amazing Pranic teacher and the manager of the Lotus Healthcare in Denmark. Kay, we're happy to have you here. Namaste and welcome to our summit.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Yes.
We've heard so much of your work, and so many people are so happy to have participated to your initiation. Even today, we had a talk with Floris, one of our participants to the festival, who was sharing about your work, and you're doing an amazing thing. What we've heard and what we've learned about this is that through a specific initiation, you activate a certain feature in the human brain so that we are able to then be nourished by prana without being in a state of hunger. How do you do that?
Yeah, just because I know, and I can do many crazy things. So this is just one of them. And in January 2013, then it started for me. I suddenly just stopped eating and drinking for 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, then it appeared to me that, okay, this had to be done. And I found a way to activate the center in the brain. And actually, in the beginning, it was for Danish people in the beginning. So I made a meditation which activated the center in the brain. So only Danish people are doing the meditation. For foreigners, I activate the center myself. So it's a center in the left side of brain. And then I make initiation. So I have developed an initiation which make the body ready to receive the energy. So many things happen when I do that. So the body will change.
Yes, that's very interesting. And we know that, the access to certain state of consciousness in general, so prana being one of them, pranic, ability being one of them, is done by activating certain areas of the brain or certain energy centers in the body. So it's natural that you can do this. We are curious to know what happens, have you researched, for example, what happens at the metabolical level, at the hormonal level? How is this possible? Is this an energy attunement, or is it even a neural transformation that is happening?
When we have to add vitamins, minerals, everything, it just appears in your body. So the stomach system, all the intestines and everything is working all the time, even if you don't eat. So it's working. It manifests what you need.
So basically what the body does after the initiation is that it takes the prana and then it translates it into physical matter.
Yes.
So the physical system is still functioning as if you were taking food through the mouth. And then it's transmuting it back into energy so that it functions. And then this...
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite, because when you live without drinking water, you still go to toilet and pee.
Some of the people do, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, because of you have to detox all your toxic waste out of you, and that's the easiest way to do. So there will be produced a lot of water. So you have to go to toilet, and maybe more than before.
Yeah, because it's more detox. The body, more fluid.
When I prepare the body for taking in the energy, the prana, then I open everything. So the detoxing level is heightened very much.
Much higher than usual, yeah.
Much higher. Many 100% extra.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's natural.
So it goes very, very quick.
Mm-hmm.
And when I transform the body, then all your cells will be renewed within or under 2 years. Then all your cells in the body will be renewed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and your, I call it the energetic sugar level, will be completely stable.
Mm-hmm.
So you will not like going cold if you are doing sports and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's completely stable.
Yeah, so there's no longer hypoglycemic, hyperglycemic problems, because people, we've been, for those of you who are new to the subject, because there's people in the audience who maybe it's the first
Yes.
time that they hear about this. We have to explain that, first of all, pranic nourishment is the ability to be nourished by energy, chi, prana, mana, or the universal force. So without the need of taking physical food, or with very little physical food for some, or juices. Second, we have to explain that the body has the ability to transmute substances. So it can transmute food into energy, and also sperm or ovary energy into other types of energy. And it also has the ability to transform prana into matter. So it's an ability of the physical system that it's yet to be researched at the scientific level, but it is possible for the human body for thousands of years, and this is what we're talking about now. So what Kay is doing with the human body is it's activating the forgotten capacities of the human body, because I believe this has happened before in humanity, right?
Yes, yes, they have done many thousand years.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
it's reactivating, or it's remembering the human body how to do certain stuff
yes,
that is very, very natural. So the ability of being nourished without the need of physical food, and also the ability of detoxing by taking prana into a liquid state and washing through the body, is natural for the human system. It's just that for some thousands of years we have forgotten how to do it. So thank you, Kay, for
yeah,
being such a good reminder. How did you learn to do this initiation?
yeah. I made it myself.
Mhm.
So I made it. So when I was in the first 3 weeks, when I did this, after 1 week, okay, it was a little strange because it was not planned or anything. And then I started to figure out, because I'm also a mental trainer, to do stuff with the brain, and so I'm used to these things. And then I found out, okay, this is for giving to people what they have to have later. Okay,
Mhm.
so then I developed this special meditation so people can meditate. In the beginning, the meditation was, I think, 17 hours or something like that, and then the center was active,
Mhm.
and um, and I had to do 3 initiations. That was in the beginning, but of course there was an update. So
Of
and
course, yeah.
yeah, because then more people are getting transformed and stuff like that. So then I found out a new way to do. So now they only meditate for 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Hmm.
And only one initiation, which takes about 10 to 12 minutes.
Hmm.
Before it took 1 hour to make the initiation, and 17 hours for the meditation.
So basically, the meditation had to last for 17 hours
Three
continuously.
days in a row, you have to have 5 or 6 hours
Ah, okay. So
meditating.
it's pretty simple. Um, this reminds me a lot, in a way, in a mental correlation with the Reiki system. Are you familiar with or
Yes,
have any initiations in Reiki? Yes.
yeah, I'm a right teacher also.
Ah, also okay. So that's why we were getting this impression. It's very, and actually Reiki is the knowledge of chi. Yes.
Yes, yes, of course.
And the knowledge of actually passing prana through the body
Yeah,
for healing, or in this
yes,
case for nourishment. So
yeah,
it's natural that it gets upgraded more and more on this planet.
Yeah. And in the beginning, you have to get the initiation and start the we call it the water diet. In the beginning, the water diet was 30 days, and then you will have a transformation. So then your body is completely transformed, and that means that the logical brain, the left side of brain, is letting go of food, and your survival system will take food away, so you will never fight for food.
Finally.
That is what happens when you have your transformation. And the thing that we did is we have a aura system where we can take movies from auras. And then when people have the transformation, then they could put the hand on the sensor for the aura system, and then we could see the transformation.
So you're actually able to measure it at the energetic level and show the picture of before and after.
Yes, of course.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and something happens, and always same things happen when the transformation is there. And then people can say, yeah, but Kai, how do you know where when the transformation will be? I just know. So
Yeah.
I give a certain date and a certain time, and then the transformation will happen at that time.
Sure. And and you are actually able to see it on a monitor then,
Yes.
and to actually measure it. That's outstanding, and that's exactly what we're looking for, because with the work that we're doing, you know, it's not only the summit, but it's also the festival, and we're also doing a research on pranic nourishment. So we're now about to begin a study on several pranic teachers to see what's actually happening in the body, but also at the auric level.
Yeah.
And measure some parameters.
We have many videos who show it.
That's outstanding. So we kindly invite you to help us with the research.
Yes, of course, no problem.
Wow, that's beautiful to have met you right in this moment. So how would you describe this auric transformation? What do you see happens in during the process?
It happens that specific colors changes. Now our system is you see a whole person and the aura around the person.
Yeah.
Then you see all the colors, but then the colors change in a specific way with the hands down the side, and then there's balls running, like energy balls running from one hand to another with a different kind of light, and that is what we can see, and that happens with everybody.
That's outstanding, and that's good to see. If you ever publish this anywhere, we would very much like to witness,
and of course
then
just mail it to you, but it's a very large file, so but we find out something, no problem.
Yes, because we're also ready to publish it further. We're doing this research for a long time now, since 2009, and recently published a new book about this called Pranic World Book, and we're continuing with more in-depth studies. So anything, and we're this launches an invitation to also the audience. So anything that can be, you know, measurable and research based on this field is welcome. Then you can email to us and let us know more about it. How is it for you, for yourself as a person? What kind of life did you have before, and how did your life change after this transformation? What do you think triggered this in your life?
Yeah, this, of course, my life have been, okay, I have done thousands of things, I have companies all over Europe and stuff like that, and I have always done martial arts, so I've done martial arts since, I think, 72 or something like that. And then there was one seminar here in Denmark where they did special things. So I attended this seminar, And then we have to hit the specific points on the body, and pain will come. And then we should take the pain away. And then when I did this first time, took the pain away, something happened. So then everything changed. So this was just the spark to change what my life should be. So then I stopped everything and did all what I could do by healing and acupuncture and stuff like that, and get a Reiki master and teacher, and did all this. So this was the spark to change. Before, I was also a golf player, played good, like in divisions and in Denmark and stuff like that. So, okay, but I just stopped it immediately.
Yeah.
And used all my time for the other thing. So that was the spark to going on. And with this, this just came. Of course, I have many things that I have done before the 21 December 2012.
Yeah.
There was something that I should do, so I've done that, and with the cosmic things. So and all the spirits around which are hanging all over. So everything have to be clean to the shift. So,
yes. We were all prepared, and I believe 2013 was a beginning for many of us. There were two stages, as far as I saw, in the evolution of pranic movement, around the world. One was in 93, 94, when many people received the initiations and started to, Jasmuhin and others started to talk about it. And then it was the second wave, as we call it, in 2013. I myself had the Darkroom retreat the same year, and started to work on this. So it was probably the two shifting years in the evolution of pranic nourishment, I guess.
Yeah. So, and that's what I started the 3rd of January. I just suddenly stopped eating and drinking because I feel that I have just to do. So I did. I always follow my intuition. So if my intuition tells me something, I do immediately.
Perfect.
So then it gets started. And in the beginning, it took 30 days to get the transformation. But now because many have had the transformation.
Yeah.
So now it's down to 8 to 10 days. So people have to have the water diet for 8 to 10 days. Then the transformation will happen.
So it's basically a shift that the body does, and the energy bodies as well.
Yes.
That really put the body into the confidence and the trust that it is nourished by prana, because the body, I believe, it's always nourished by prana, right?
Yes, of course, partially.
Yeah, partially, but eventually we have to have the power to trust this and to let go of the other habits, right?
Yeah, it's the habit that keeps people from not eating, but I teach a little different, because people should not stop eating. No, you have to let go of eating. So if you are attracted to something, eat it. As long as you don't get too much hangover, because we get hangover. The more clean you are, the more hangover you get.
Exactly, yeah.
But if you are attracted to something, eat it. Because someday you don't eat. And if there was no food, no problem. But now don't do like thinking and controlling what you want to do. No, be free and let you be inspired to live. That's the purpose. As one thing that I normally say, it's like if there is all the things is like a big, this is all the seminar. Okay, then just a small tiny dot is about food. Because everything else happens. So that's, we just always talk about food, because people cannot understand that we can live without.
Exactly, but what we say is that basically it's more about consciousness and where you are in your energy frame than what you eat, right?
Yes, of course.
That's what we're that's actually that's why we created the summit. We wanted people to understand that it's not about it's not about struggling to stop eating. It's about reaching a certain state of consciousness where you
Yes.
do not look at food from
Yeah.
the same perspective,
Yes. Yeah.
and
And
there's
that,
no longer such an attachment in the human life.
yeah, we have to free ourselves from food,
Mm.
not stop eating. No, we have to free ourselves.
Mhm.
So, and even me, I get hangover even if I take a glass of water. So it's very different. So of course I don't eat so much, but I have to show that okay, you still eat. So I eat because many follow what I do. So I
Mhm.
don't want to stop because then people will just stop, and that's not the point. The point is that they have to let go of themselves,
Mm.
so they can live. That's the most important thing.
So basically, as I was speaking to my friend this morning, you are still taking some food and some water from time to time, and this is mostly for social reasons and also for teaching reasons.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, of course, yes. Only.
Mhm. Do you ever feel, you know, do you ever miss a certain food, or not
No,
miss, but feel attracted to a
no,
certain food? Not anymore.
no, not anymore.
Yeah, we totally
I,
understand
I
that.
only eat because if I don't eat and if I don't drink, then maybe I sleep 5 hours in 1 week.
Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah. So, and that's not normal because you have to do stuff because you have a lot of time, and I can do a lot of things with my mind. So I have a lot of time anyway. So so you have to do stuff, and that's why I'm running around doing stuff all around. So, but people are sleeping in the night, so it's a little difficult.
We totally understand that. All of us are in the same situation when we don't eat, and what we've experienced, our experience might be a little different. And I've observed that every pranic teacher is unique in his own way, in his own habits and in his own energy
Yes,
system. It's like we all come from different planets, and each one of us has his own pranic way of being in some way. We have so much fun with this. But what we've noticed that each one of us is unique in a certain
yes, of
particular
course.
way, and with not sleeping, it happens to all of us. What happens to me, for example, is not only I do not sleep, but my blood is running in a certain way. It's like it's running faster. Do
Yeah,
you ever, yeah, do you ever experience that, or did you have people who have had this experience?
yeah. Normally, but it's when they still detox a lot.
Hmm.
Mine is not doing. If they detox a lot, okay, they can feel the heart is hammering around, and they can feel maybe the blood pressure is rising a little bit.
Hmm.
But for me, no, I don't. I can control my heart rate, everything in my body. So it's not like I can just, yeah, have my flow as I want to have.
So you're a natural in regulating your body functions as well.
Yeah, if I want to. Of
Hmm.
course, not normally. It's not like I have to do. No, because normally it's okay.
Yeah.
But you can change. I can change myself.
Perfect. Yeah, because that's one of the features that also the ancient yogis were talking about and were manifesting. And with prana, we see that more and more the body self regulates, and we
Yeah.
have the ability to also regulate maybe body temperature, even body density, if I'm not
Yes, of
too
course.
far
Yes.
fetched. Yes, body density as well. So I'm going
Yeah.
to ask a
Yeah.
weird question now, but
No, nothing is weird for me.
it's a familiar weird. Do you ever experience changing body density to the point where you're not visible to other people?
I have not done public.
Yeah, I know, but
Yes,
yes,
it's not weird.
yeah.
I'm just starting to make a new seminar. Of
Hmm.
course, it's not like promoting it here, but it's shape shifting.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we shift our shapes.
Hmm.
So if I was in the air 1 month from 1 month back, okay, I looked different. So I start to change my body, but I do it slow because I have to show people what they have to do.
And you don't
Uh,
want to shock audience,
yeah,
probably.
they will be completely crazy. I
Hmm.
have done one time, but only energetic. But one woman saw it,
Hmm.
and only for a split second. And
Hmm.
we didn't see her for 2 years. So
Yes, I
people
know.
will be very shocked if you just change like this.
I know.
This have always, also for thousands of years, the Chinese have always done this.
Yes.
So now I just started a new seminar about that,
Yeah. Yeah.
changing your body, and it will change. Of course, the better you are to control energy or to have your focus, the energy, because everything is energy. We just have to fill what we have to do. So
Exactly.
yeah, so it's not at all impossible. It's very, very easy to do.
Yes. Yes, of course. Um, we're also wondering because people are wondering. Okay, so you stop eating. What does the let's go to the mundane things because I could go on and on with the weird stuff,
Yeah,
but people want to know about the basics. What did, for example, the family say? The people around you, how did they react when they saw you do not need to eat?
they just say I'm crazy, but I have
Yeah.
always been different. So they are used to not interfering too much. They just go. They don't visit so much,
Mm-hmm.
but that's okay.
Did it feel secluded at the because
Yeah,
most people in our in our field sometimes feel a little alien like
yeah,
in society. Was it the same for you? Did you manage to manage it in a certain way? How did you do it? That's
yeah,
important for
yeah.
our audience.
Yeah, I have always done what I want to do. So for me, it's have never been a problem. People can think what they want to think about me and say what they want to say about me. I really don't care because I know what I'm doing. And the only thing I'm doing is just being a good example of taking care of myself.
Yeah.
So I really don't have problem. But other which have taken the seminar, of course they have, or the initiation, of course they have problems.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I've never had problems at all. Never.
Yeah, that's perfect. As long as we are centered, we know where we're
Yeah.
going, and
Yes, of course.
whoever follows or walks with us, it's welcome. But whoever goes away, it's also welcome.
Yeah.
Um, what was the most challenging, maybe experience that you've had with this journey? So, in
Yeah.
terms of, I don't know, physical transformations or social transformations, or because people are also afraid in some way that something will shift so deeply that they won't be able to come back to normal again, whatever normal would be.
Yeah.
What was your journey with that?
Yeah, but still, again, my journey was very easy going
Smooth.
because I've always just not taken care of what other people are thinking and stuff like that. So I didn't have any problem.
Mm.
Of course, the first thing that made problem, not for me, but for everybody else also here in the center, is that I was in a Danish television show,
Oh,
and they really turned everything around. So
that's
it was like, okay, you are killing people if you are saying what you are saying and stuff like that.
mhm.
And of course, he could have made a good program, but he chose to make a not good program.
Yes.
And of course, because in the center we go out to exhibitions all around Denmark, and
Hmm.
then people were pointing and say baby killers and stuff like that.
Mm.
And of course, I didn't take care of that. It doesn't matter for me, but my employees, okay, they had a hard time.
They were affected emotionally.
Yes.
Yes, this is something, yeah, that can be challenging. We're hoping that mainstream media, or at least holistic media, is opening more and more in a good way to this. We're still filtering a lot of the information that we're sending out also because of that. But I guess now people are more and more ready to accept it, right?
Yeah. It will. Every time I can just give you information, what happens when people get the transformation. It's like the joint consciousness is like when one person have the transformation, it's like 10,000 people in the joint consciousness.
Yes.
Knowing. So every time one is transformated, then it's like 10,000 in the joint consciousness. That's also why the time from 30 days to only 9 or 8 days
Has decreased, yes, because
yes.
the mass consciousness is more ready
Yes.
now, and it's supporting. Actually, what we see also with the Pranic festivals, because I've been in all of them all over the world, not only that the joint intention prepares the fields and helps more people accept the reality and get ready for it, but also the planetary grid is
Yeah.
getting more and more supportive. You know, we work with the portals above the festivals and the portals around the planet and so on, that are actually supporting our energy system, and they get more and more ready with every gathering
Every
that we
time.
do.
Yes. Yeah. Of
Mhm.
course.
That's
Yeah.
also what you see. Okay.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, and I believe, and I'm also looking at what you think of this. The more we look at the science of it,
Yes.
because it's the mind at this moment, it's the mind that finds that finds fights the concept.
Yes. Of
So
course.
the energy bodies are ready, the emotional bodies are not so challenged because people can still take food when
Yeah.
they want. So it's the mental body that is struggling the most for most of the people. The more we bring science into it, and the more we understand the
Yeah.
physical and energetic processes that are happening, the more mass consciousness can intake this.
Yes. Of course. And there was made a movie called There Was Light. In the
Yeah.
beginning, there was light. Okay. I have talked to Peter, which have made this movie.
Yes.
And I have talked to the doctor in India. I have personally talked to him, and he was also making ready to test me. But that was in the beginning, but they're not so quick. Maybe they have to have fun, so they have to make this study. But I'm still waiting for them to call so I can go down there and they can test.
Okay, so you're ready for testing. If we are gonna start testing elsewhere, also in the US, probably we can contact you for that,
Yes,
right?
of course. Yes, of
Perfect.
course.
We're talking now uh, with um, with some scientists about it, and
Yeah, no problem.
we're gonna share more about this. Um, what were the results of the people that you are training? So we are talking to and doing therapy. I myself do therapy with people that are going through pranic processes. Either they have succeeded and are now 80-90% on prana and 20 or 10% on food, or they have not yet moved into the pranic state and they struggle with certain issues like feeling guilty for eating,
Yeah.
feeling emotionally pressured for not for having failed. They have the impression of having failed if they haven't transformed um, instantly, after a 10-day process, 8-day process, 21-day process, whatever it's happening
Yes.
around the world. What we explain people is that it's a journey and it's not a goal.
Yeah, of course.
some of them are ready now, and in their blueprint is everything is prepared, maybe for because of previous practice, and some of them are just getting the initiation, and then the bodies are preparing, and at some point they
Yes.
don't need physical food. With you, it happens instantly, or it's also after that, it's also a journey of self mastery and tuning into the
No,
intuition of the body.
actually, you can stop immediately. But one thing that changes in you, and that changes immediately, you don't have control. So your control is taken away. So you cannot control yourself. Of course, when you are in the water diet, then you can do it by willpower.
Mhm.
But later you cannot do anymore. That have been changed in you.
What do you mean exactly?
If you want to control, okay, I want to have 1 week with water.
Mm.
You cannot do that because that's control. It will be taken away immediately.
Okay. And
So
what's
then
put
you
instead?
are attracted to food immediately.
Hmm. Okay.
You cannot control
So
that at
basically, you
all.
have to totally listen to your body.
Yes,
That's what you're saying,
yes,
okay?
yes,
And when you listen to your body and take what's necessary for it at that moment, for example, if you want to have an avocado, you'll have it.
yeah.
Then you will not feel the hangover.
The more clean you get, the more hangover.
Hmm. So then, why does the body still tends to take something
Yeah,
in?
maybe you have some feelings and stuff like that. You have to put a lid on the feelings. Okay, you can do that with food.
Mm.
Okay, that's normal, and especially in Denmark, people are very, very stressed, and there's a lot of depression, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of emotions all the time. So
Mm.
people are eating to get rid of the emotions.
To 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 push them away, actually,
Yes,
because
yeah, yeah.
they don't go anywhere. They're
They
still there.
don't go anywhere. They just stuck.
It's just taking the cable of the
Yes.
light that it's beaming in the car to tell you that something is broken. You
Yeah,
take
yeah,
off the
yeah.
cable, the car is not fixed, but at least you don't see it for a while.
Yeah.
So
So
that's not right.
that's what's happening.
Hmm.
That is what people are eating for. It's only old habits,
Yeah.
and
So
and then these emotions.
so
And
this can still happen after the initiation for a
yes,
while,
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay, so we have to tell that to people so that they understand that it's natural, and it's still a journey. It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah. It
end
is.
after the initiation. You
Yeah.
still have to work with yourself. You still have to do the emotional clearing, right?
Yes,
Perfect. So
of course.
now,
I have made something that could help people. I have made a pen, which is there's a physical energy inside that pen. There's a specific water from the King's Temple in Thailand, and um, some herbs and stuff like that. It transforms. If you walk with that, okay, then your habits is easier to go away.
perfect.
And the water, if you drink water or coffee or whatever you drink, wine, you just stir it in with this pen, and then it transforms.
Hmm.
So it will also be transformed in you. So
Yes.
and
So
then it's easier for people to let go of the habits.
it's like a magic wand, but with
Yes.
energy in
Yeah.
it. Okay, so it's good to know that there are tools. Do you also share some tools for like personal mastery, like when you have a craving or when you have thought form that is not beneficial and it's pushing you to take some food habits that are not beneficial for your body? What do you do?
The thing we tell people, because it's only when you go to our seminar you get treatments, and so you also get how eat from your blood type and stuff like that. We take blood sample and all this, and so people get homeopathic medicine so they can detox easier and get rid of many toxic waste this way. So it's much more than just the initiation. Initiation is the thing that takes the less time.
It's the big and it's the beginning, yes.
Yes,
So it's basically the beginning of a journey, but then
yes,
the journey has to be followed.
Yes, of course.
Well,
And,
we're just
yeah, and if people have problems, okay, now they have paid for this seminar, so they can always contact us. We don't charge anything.
of course.
So that's for free if people are calling or emailing or whatever, even if it's
2 a.m.
3 years ago, and it doesn't matter because we know they cannot speak to other people because they don't understand. So we have to be there for them,
Yes,
and
yes,
that's what we are supporting them with.
yes, yes, of course. Um, what else? What are the general um, benefits that you've had in your life with this journey? So you shifted to not eating, and you now eat only when you feel it's proper for the groups you're in.
Yeah,
What happened at the level of the benefits that you're having? How
my,
did you shift?
yeah, my benefits is like um, I don't have to sleep. Uh, all what I'm eating is detoxed immediately. So it comes immediately. So if I take a nut or something, then my nose is running and then it's gone.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes very quick, only a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, it can continue a little bit. But then the detoxing very, very quick. My flexibility is super, and my strength, I never get tired. So I can work heavy work 24/7. So that's what had been gained, and people when we're working around this center, physical work, heavy shoveling rubble and sand, then I can continue doing for 12 hours without any breaks, without anything.
Mm-hmm.
But other people who are eating, they cannot. They have to have breaks every 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
Of course.
So I just continue like, yeah, like something like a robot or something like that.
Well, it's in a way natural. Would you say that it's not you working, but the chi is working through the
Yes, of
body
course,
and
of course, of
traveling?
course.
That's what we see.
Yeah, the thing that happens when you are living like this, if you take a steel rod, like a rod, like here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that was before, okay, then you could really and then do stuff. But now you are becoming flexible like a steel wire.
Mm-hmm.
So now you cannot just, no, you cannot do that anymore. It's not in you. So
Mm-hmm.
now you're flexible. You don't do like this. You take it more easy. So this comes naturally. So that is also when the initiation have been done, then it's done. Then you can never come back
Yes.
because when the center is opened in the brain and active, you can never come back. So that is a permanent thing. And the next incarnations, you will have it with you
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
this is evolution. So that is what people are gaining. But
So if it's what we see is that if it's not only in the brain, we have to tell people that it's not only in the brain. The brain is just the
controls,
vessel, the
yeah,
vessel, but it's also in the energy. The main thing is happening in the energy body,
yes,
and that is carried along in the next lifetimes.
yeah,
That's for people to understand because
yeah.
naturally they will ask, okay, but the brain doesn't go with you.
No. It's just the ability that goes. That's human evolution. So the human evolution takes it with you, and it's connected to you. So that's why you get it when you will be incarnated again.
That's not. That's also with other practices. I'm sorry. It seems I'm
Yeah.
detoxing something right as we speak. It's been pretty challenging with my voice this week, also, but it will come back. Um, is there something you want to add or share?
Yeah, if I want, no, I cannot add any more because it's really very simple about living on prana or energy or what we can call it, light. That's very simple. We just have to let go of the fear of not having food and stuff like that. Okay, and try just to believe a little more, and then see, okay, it's only the mind. It's only, yeah, you can stand in your own way, but you can also let your go your own way. So it's more like, okay, people, take it easy and do what you feel and just follow your intuition. That's what it's about. And then the world will open for you. So maybe that's the best I can say. So
Thank you very much. Where could people find you next? So, apart from your center, do you give talks in other places, in other countries, or are
yeah,
you always there
I
in
do
Denmark?
some talks also in Holland, the Netherlands, and in, yeah, it's next month, I think. There's a Pranic festival in Italy.
Yes.
I will come there and people can meet me, and I have also some interviews talking. So I will be down there. I go to Italy, and so that's what there's planned for. Of course, there is here in Denmark. You can look at our website. Of course, then you can see when we have these evenings where I talk about what it is and what you can expect and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
What do you think about children? So we had also interviews with children, one child actually, that has been nourished on prana
yeah,
ever
I have,
since he stopped breastfeeding. Um,
okay, yeah, yeah. I have had one child. Um, her mother come to me with a child, 1 year old, and he only ate about this in a bottle of
mhm.
milk. He could not do anymore. But he was examined every day. This first year he was alive, and they could not find anything. Okay, I checked him, and I checked that his center in the brain was active.
Mhm.
Okay, so I said to the mother, okay, you have to look if he get dizzy, if he, so she have to look at signs if something was wrong. But then I said, don't give him anything. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't give him. Let him come and say he wants something. And 1.5 years later, the mother come again here in the clinic and then talk to one of my colleagues. And then they have put juices in him and everything good, but he could not detox. So he was completely toxic inside.
Mm.
And we told them he was undernourished. He didn't have, and he looked like a child from Africa, like a big stomach and very, very thin arms and very horrible to see. And we said to him, or to his mother, okay, if you continue doing this, then you will kill him because he cannot detox. When you are born like this, then you don't have the ability to detox. So if you're born with it, okay, never put food into these humans because they cannot detox it. The toxic waste will stay in the system.
Was this challenging for the mother? Was she able to intake this information, to
No,
believe it? I mean,
no, no, but we just told, and
you told them the truth. Yes.
yes,
Okay.
because that is what we do. We tell people the truth about what will happen if they don't change.
Yes.
So and we understand, of course, everything because we don't judge anybody. So they can do what they want to do. We just have to say what we have to say.
Yes. That's natural.
So I have only had one child which was nourished completely, but they get sick if they eat.
So basically, what we share with people is that nourishment and the way it's done now is one of the main causes why children especially get sick at the moment, and
Yes.
also the cause for ADHD, all the things that are labeled and medicated now heavily with children that are based on the nutrition and also the energy vibes that they take from the family, right?
Then no.
Okay. Okay. What's your take on this?
No. Yeah, I have written a book about this because it have nothing to do with nourishment at all. If people get ADHD and ADD, no, they are high developed people. So because I treat a lot of them here in the clinic because they have many problems, and but they just don't know who they are. So I tell them who they are, and then there's no problem anymore.
Yes, yes.
So
What we meant is that nourishment can can make it harder for them. That's what.
yeah, but even it's the way. If we look at people in general, okay, they can follow the intuition or they can follow the logic. Okay, so they have two roads they can follow. They can the one or two.
Yes.
But these children, the new children, they only have one.
Yes.
They don't have two. And that's why they cannot understand why people can do other than following themselves. They cannot figure it out in the head.
Yes.
So immediately when they are told that, okay, your parents have just learned to do this, but you cannot do. It's complete. It's not in you. Then they understand. Then the foundation in them becomes stable, and then there is no problem anymore. So I only talk to them because they're very high developed. I just talk to them 5-10 minutes, then it's gone.
It's enough, right?
Yes, it's enough.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but of course I have written a book about it. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, I have it. Just a moment.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back. Just to promote a little bit, because this is the only one in the world that says the truth about this. So this is this.
Perfect. We can't wait to also read it. We are doing a lot of work with this in the world.
I will send it to you so you can read it. And I have also written other books about cancer and stuff like that.
We posted that on our, so people who want to know case books and what he has written can look on the Facebook page, the Pranic Cosnciousness Summit page, and they can also look on our website at the participants section, and there you can find more information about Kay, his website, and his books, and his center as well, so that you know where you can find his writings, because I think this is important for humanity, especially to know about these children and to know how we can approach this situation that is growing and growing with more discernment at the moment. If we were to look, one last question, because it's coming and coming again. If we were to look for this center in the brain, so we know about the the pituitary glands, the pineal,
but it's actually just in the, I don't know the medical terms for this, but in the middle of the brain, then you go just approximately 1 centimeter in from to the left side, okay, and then it's approximately like this deep in the brain. There is the center.
So it's different than the pituitary and the pineal.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with this.
And it can be, sorry. Please.
Yeah, you don't have to practice these things by meditation, so you can have more abilities. No, this is actually just in the brain. So if we get a brain scan, okay, then I can just lighten up this center, and then you
It's
will
a
see.
physical spot in the brain.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Super. That's interesting to measure and to watch, actually, because
Yeah,
I
because
guess it's
because it's, you can take a scan and then you can see, okay, the sensor is not active. Okay, and then I can do the activation and then it's active. So it's very easy to see.
it's actually the first measurable initiation that I've heard of that can be actually scaled and see,
Yeah,
scanned
it
and see.
can be. Yeah.
That's very interesting to watch. So thank you so much, Kay, for
Yeah, you're
being with
welcome.
us
Okay,
and
thank you for having me.
sharing all this beautiful work that you're doing. And of course, you're also invited as a speaker to the Pranic Festival in Romania.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is in August 15 to 19 in a beautiful mountain area in Romania. People can find more information on our website at the event section. And we're looking forward to see you here in person or on Skype, whatever it's best for you, but welcome.
Maybe I come in person.
It will be great.
Okay.
It will be great. Anyway, we'll meet in Italy till then.
Okay, you come there. Okay, fine. That's good.
Yeah, I'm also speaking. So,
Okay.
thank you, blessings. Thank you,
Welcome.
everyone, for watching. Those of you who are still online, you can find more information of all the speakers on the summit on our website, soulhealingacademy.com. You have the upper line there, and you have the Pranic Consciousness Summit button where you can find all the speakers, all the talks, and everything we've done so far. We're still having beautiful information. On May 7th, we have Kirby Delanoral with us from Sri Lanka sharing his experience. So, looking forward to see all of you soon. And thank you again, Kay, for being with us. Many
You're
blessings to
welcome.
all.